Hey there everybody, welcome back to another live video here on my YouTube. And this is a video that I entitled Cal Ripken Jr. cards that I purchased on my birthday. I purchased these on October 15th and I thought that I don't think I did show these. I thought I'd show you all these cards that I got because these are really awesome and there's some pretty good ones in here. So, just thought I'd just do this video for you all, so let's get right into this. I'll put them like this way, we can see them. So, here's the first one. This one is like it's a Donruss one, as it says. I usually collect tops, pretty much, or whatever ones they have. This one, as it says, is All-Star. This one is him from 1990, as it shows, because he wore that shin guard a lot of times, and wore like one batting glove on his left hand. Here's like his stats as well and his name, Calvin Edwin Ripken Jr. And the 1990 All-Star Game, 2 at-bats. Didn't really do that well in it. And his career average, lifetime average for the All-Star Game, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Havre de Grace, Maryland, he was born, and his hometown is Reisterstown at that time. 6'4", 220 pounds. Signed a 3-year contract through 1991. Howe acquired by the Orioles as second-round selection in June 1978 in the amateur draft. And more of his career highlights and all that. But in my opinion, he should have won the Gold Glove Award in 1990. He set a record for American League shortstops, in which he had a .996 fielding percentage, and again, the highest ever by a shortstop, and committed only 3 errors. Should have won it, but instead it went to Ozzie Guillen of the Chicago White Sox. Big fucking deal. Ozzie Guillen was not one of the best players in my opinion, and he wasn't a great manager in my opinion either. Cal Ripken deserved it more than him. Next one is another Donruss one right here. I used to have this back in the day when I was a kid. I used to collect a lot of the cards like in 96 and 97 when I started collecting them. I unfortunately wound up selling them like around 2005 or so. That's because I was like tired of having them. I should have kept them, but that's okay. I got most of them back. But anyway, this is the way this is. This one is from 1991. Because this is how his batting stance is. He has like that wider stance, as you see. He's got 2 gloves on. He doesn't have a shin guard either. It has his stats from 1990 on here. I know it's a little bit hard to see. Hold on. Well, it is there, but I know it's kind of blurry just the way that it is. As you see, 1,552 hits through 1990, along with 21 homers and 84 RBIs in 1990. Batted .250, though. He was pretty much a .250 hitter and .260 hitter. Yeah. And in 1989, I believe he hit like 20 home runs for like the 7th consecutive season, or 8th, whatever it was, like for all them home runs that he hit. But anyway, it's a really nice card, you know. Same stats on here and all that, and there you go. Almost lost the card. Alright, here's the next one. This one is another Donruss one. It says 1990 on it. This is from 1989. It's another one of these All-Star Game ones. In the 89 All-Star Game, he had 3 at-bats. He had 1 hit. He had a double. And that was it. As you see, the rest of the stats too. And the rest of it here in his career highlights. And there you are. Next one over here. This is like 2 people on here. Features Cal Ripken, and I believe this is Ben McDonald. It doesn't have a name on there, but he was a pitcher for the Orioles from 1989 to 1995. He was a good pitcher. He was like our number 2 starter right behind our ace, Mike Mussina, in the 1990s. And it features a lot of Cal's stats right there in 81 when he started all the way to 1994, because that's what year this is from. And of course, 95 was around the time when he tied and broke Lou Gehrig's consecutive game streak record. 94 was the infamous baseball strike that happened, which shouldn't have happened. Had it not have happened, he probably would have broke it around maybe April or May 1995, or maybe June instead of September 1995. But it was a great moment, and it was one of the best for Cal. And a memorable one that a lot of Oriole fans remember. Here we have another one. This one is a Fleer Ultra. Yeah, I have Fleer as well. I have some of them, and this is a pretty nice card of him, just with the Oriole bird that's featured on there. This one is 1995, I believe. The way his stats are on there, 144 games played, but because of the strike, they didn't start till like late April or so. 144 hits and about, I think it says career home runs on here. I really can't see it exactly, but anyway, there you go. This next one here, this is Upper Deck. These kind of cards I collected back in the day. I always liked how they feature the person's name on here. And this one is another 1991 because, like I said, has shin guard on there that he used, and the way the things say on here, Orioles shortstop. But it's a pretty cool card. I mean, I know I had this back in the day, but there you go. Not a whole lot to say about it. Here we have one that's another Upper Deck one of him right there, Cal, and his brother Billy Ripken. Cal and Billy were teammates from 1987, I think it was 1987 to 1992, until Billy left the Orioles in 93 and went to the Texas Rangers. And yes, they played together on the same team, and they turned like so many double plays and all that, and it says like more about this. I'm not going to go into details because it's a long paragraph, but this one looks to be like from 1990 maybe, or I don't really know. Can't really read the year on it, but it doesn't matter. Next one here is this one, a Fleer 1991, but it's a 1990 card, and he has a shin guard right there at shortstop, which is kind of unusual. And here is like his stats as well. And it says on here the same stuff, born in Havre de Grace from Reisterstown, where he lived at that time, and his career hits. And there you go. I believe I had this back in the day. Here we have another one. It's in one of these gold like cover things, but it's a cool card of him. This is from 1988. It says Don Russ 1989, but this is not the way their uniforms were in 1989. Just letting you know. Yeah, this is from 88. He had played 161 games, 152 hits, 23 home runs, 81 RBIs, and batted .264. Not too bad. There's another one. I've had this one too. I'll get to like when I purchased this. I'll just want to show you all these cards. Another Fleer one. I believe this is from 1988. Yeah, it is. And there's his stats. And his home right there at this time was Cockeysville, which is around the Timonium, Maryland area. It's about a little over 20 minutes from my area, but it's the way it says. 225 pounds, and there you go. Man, another awesome card. And here's another one too. I always liked them when they would wear these kind of jerseys, the orange jerseys. I've talk about them so much because of the fact that I like the color of them, like I said. And this is a Fleer 92, but this is 1991. The picture, and there's his stats from 1991, in which he won the Most Valuable Player award. Played in 162 games, 210 hits, 46 doubles, and 34 home runs, and 114 RBIs, and he struck out only 46 times. 46 times he would strike out. I know it's hard to see because it's blurry and all that, but I apologize. Just Yeah, but anyway, yep, and he batted .323. He was in the voting for the MVP award. The others that were candidates to win, well, one of them was Cecil Fielder, and I think Cecil Fielder was a little bit upset that he didn't win it because some people, didn't want to win because he was black or something, but that wasn't the reason. The reason to me was because Cecil Fielder had a very bad batting average. It was like .250, which is not good. If you win the MVP award, you have to have a good average. It has to be like .280 or higher. That's what I say. It has to be like .285, .290, .295, and .300. But his average was like .250, and the reason why it was that low was because he struck out a lot. Prince Fielder was kind of the same way, his son, but he just retired recently due to injuries. His father, I think, retired because of the fact that he was just, I guess, tired of playing or whatever, but like I said, Cal definitely deserved the award. He deserved the Gold Glove in 1990, and he definitely deserved it in 91 because of the fact that Cal had a great career. He had a lot of home runs and a great average, and like I said, Cecil Fielder didn't deserve it. He had a bad average, and that's it. Here's the next one here. This one is another Fleer Ultra in one of these gold things again. Has his stats from 1992. So this one is a 92 card. This would be the first season that they would play at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Playing 162 games with 160 hits, 14 home runs, and 72 RBIs. Average was .251, it looks like. A little bit disappointing, after his MVP year, but he still, managed to do pretty well. Of course, with the glove as well at shortstop. But there you go. Here's the next one, another Fleer 90 card. This is for 1989. More of his stats there and his hometown, as I mentioned. His minor league stats, including Charlotte and Rochester, and then he was called up to the Orioles, and there you go. Here's another one here, kind of like the other one that I showed. This one is from 1991, as the way it is featured. Yep, a lot of his stats, and some stuff on there like 7-Eleven, Citgo, baseball, Major League Baseball, and MLB. So all that stuff. Then we have another one here. This one, I believe, is 1988. Not sure, it's Upper Deck. Yeah, it has 88 on here, as you see. And there's stats, once again, and shots. Yep. Another one here in the gold one. I believe this is... so this one is 1991, I think. Not sure, though, but it has him with the shin guard there. It might be 1990. I mean, unless he might have been wearing... the shin guard and one batting glove in 1991, but I just really don't know. But same one. I think I might have owned that before. And here's another one too. I don't believe I own this one. It's a Fleer one. And this one says right here, his home, Aberdeen, Maryland. And this one is from 87. And it shows there, and there you are. Here's the next one. This is the 1991 American League MVP one. Oops. As it says right here. Second time in his career, Cal won the American League Most Valuable Player Award in 1991. And here are the people. Cal had 15 first place votes. Cecil Fielder got second with 296 votes, it looks like. Frank the Big Hurt Thomas. Frank Thomas of the Chicago White Sox got third. And like I said, Cal just had, even though Cecil Fielder had more home runs than Cal, but Cal had the better average than him. Frank Thomas, I know, was up there too, but yeah, Cal just definitely deserved it. Yep. And, yep, there you go. 1991 American League MVP. Here's another one, Donruss one. from 89, I believe. Yep. And all that same stuff that I read on the rest of those cards, and there you go. Here's another one. This one is Fleer Ultra, and this one is from, it says it has 92 stats, so it must be 92 or 93 the way the shot is. I'm not sure. But there's all of his stats, as I mentioned, from 92, and there you go. Another one here. This is a later one, Don Russ. I can't really tell the year on this one. It looks like maybe 98 or 99. One of them. I'm not really too sure. But it's still a pretty cool card. Next one is this one. This one says 2130 on this. So this must have been around the time when he was coming close to the street. Iron Man. The 1990 season was one of the worst in Cal Ripken Jr.'s career. There were whispers that Ripken's best days were behind him. Cal answered those critics and frustrated most of the American League pitchers by recording a monster 1991 season to once again place himself at the forefront of Major League shortstops. Even though he was, okay with the bat in 1990, he had a great fielding percentage, like I said. But yeah. And the last one here is this one. It's another Upper Deck one, as it says. And this one is from 1995, I think. Yep, a lot of stats on here and information too. Who was the Orioles' starting shortstop May 30th, 1982, the day Cal Ripken Jr.'s record-breaking consecutive games played streak began? That would be Len Sakata. And I'm correct, as it says right there. And there you go. So that's it. That's it for all the Cal Ripken Jr. cards. Now, for how I got this at the flea market that I usually go to. I saw all these cards, and a guy that was selling them came over to me and said, "Do you like cards?" And I said, "Yeah." And he looked them over, all the cards, and he said, "I'll tell you what. I'll give you all these cards for $5. $5 for all the cards." And I said, "Okay, you definitely got a deal." And that's how much I paid for them. There you go. So, hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope, once again, you enjoyed all these cards that I showed you. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. Comment if you have something to say about this, no negative stuff. And subscribe if you have not yet, and please do, because it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. And you all take care, and thanks again for watching this video.